student from Puerto Rico and a transfer from Missouri. What an addition she's been so far this year for the Hokies. And we are underway with Tech in the white and Queens in the blue. Swing off of the block and already a kill for Queens. Swing off of the edge for the Royals, courtesy of Allie Johnson, a player to watch out for. The junior from Winterville, North Carolina, kills leader back again for another season for the Royals. And here's the serve from Jesse George, the defensive specialist to watch out for. Jousting at the net, falls out of play, and the Royals jump up 2-0. Royals coming off of a loss against Furman. And here's the Virginia native in George again. Ava Francis. The Hokies a bit out of whack here to start out. I'll have to see how long Marcy Byers will let this go before calling a timeout, because if you look on paper, this is certainly a game that Virginia Tech should expect to win with all of the struggles Queens has had in the past 2 seasons, and the Hokies off to a considerably hot start. There's Borer, back to Francis, and Virginia Tech as its inaugural point of the matchup, courtesy of Francis. Well, Francis coming off of a game where she played 4 sets, had 14 kills in that one. 14 kills in back-to-back matchups for Francis. Did so against Fairleigh Dickinson as well as the Hornets of Delaware State. Oh, point right back for Tech again. They'll keep the serve. And stays with Sierra Cates. There's Bush. Trying to lob it up for McDuffie. Hokies are blocking it. McDuffie. Flat-footed effort. See if Virginia Tech can respond here with Ava Francis. It looks like the game plan so far is feed Francis. It's working out for Tech. 3 points unanswered. Right back for Cates. Challenging serve that time, and a service error. So like we said, ECU won pretty confidently earlier on today. So it'll be Virginia Tech or Queens tomorrow against the Pirates. Going over by Borer. Here's Bush. McDuffie blocked. And into the crowd. Point Hokies. So Virginia Tech, you got to remember for this Hokies team, you look at a 9-0 start. And it's certainly what you want if you're Marcy Byers, going up against a non-conference slate of teams you likely should beat. And remember, Virginia Tech only won 11 games all of last season, already very close to that mark, could reach that potentially through the weekend. There's an attacking error, and Virginia Tech has its first lead of the night. Into a rather cool Castle Coliseum, and remember, every other time it seems like the Hokies have played in non-conference play at home, it's about 90 degrees in here. Now, granted, that is an exaggeration, but starting to feel a little bit cooler inside and outside. Might not see as many sweat breaks to wipe up the floor as we have in previous invitational tournaments. Here's Dupre with her first swing. Ends up being a kill for Virginia Tech, going up against the block. So here is Hannah Borer, just in her 2nd year as a Virginia Tech Hokie from Ohio. What a dig. Good play. Virginia Tech trying to recover, and wow. Good dump play made by Queens there. Kayla McDuffie able to make the heads-up play for Queens. What an interesting challenge that Queens, as an entire athletic department, faces making the transition from Division II to Division I. They have to face off against teams that are hungry in Division I, like Virginia Tech seems to be right now. There's Elena Dupre with her second kill of the night.
From Virginia Tech, checking in number 22, Elizabeth Aylward.
Elizabeth Aylward walking on for the first time. Aylward, freshman from Nashville, Tennessee. As Marcy Byers continues to go pretty deep into that bench.
Service error.
Jumps in for the service error, unfortunately, for the Hokies. So it stays a relatively close match here at 7-6. And another service error answered by McDuffie. Running back in, Jesse George for Queens.
Now serving number 4, Eliana Rodriguez.
Liana Rodriguez. For the block, Jasmine Robertson got a hand on it. Rodriguez lobs it back up. Mangle Duran missed the mark. Point Queens. Got the pep band here for Virginia Tech. Good crowd on hand, and I tell you something about the fans in Blacksburg. They realize the team's on a roll. They will show up to Castle Coliseum. Lobbed it up perfectly for Robertson. Robertson, the redshirt sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia, able to tally up her first kill. Comes Elena Dupre with the Hokies jumping into a 9-7 lead at the moment. There's Borer. And Dupre attacking the back row. Rogers couldn't, or excuse me, for Queens, that was Jesse George, unable to dig it out. And Virginia Tech's first 3-point lead of the night. So we'll stay with Elena Dupre here with the Hokies up 10-7. Liana Rodriguez. Dupre once again gets a swing. George to Johnson, quickly housed down Jasmine Robertson. So 11-7, Virginia Tech started out down 3-0. No panic from the Hokies. Now up 11-7 by 4 here in the first set. Virginia Tech going for its first 10-0 start in program history. Flies beyond the back boundary.
Now serving for the Royals, number 6, Jordan Johnson. Substitution, checking in for Queens, number 12, Anna Sparks.
So here is Jordan Johnson, the junior from Jamestown, North Carolina. About an hour and a half from where she went to high school, the Queens campus in Charlotte. What a big swing. Beautiful play by Mangle Duran. Got to see the spin on that one.
Checking in for Virginia Tech, number 24, Ava Francis.
So Mangle Duran, after another kill, the Hokies leader in kills. Ready to serve. And the service error.
Point Queens.
Get another look at that shot from Mangle Duran. Hung up there, look at the spin on the ball, perfectly dropped in confidently for Virginia Tech. Hokies still lead by 3. Jasmine Robertson targeting the back row again. Bush feeds Johnson. There's Bush to McDuffie. A diving effort from Mangle Duran, nobody there to keep the ball afloat for the Hokies, so Queens climbs back to within 2. So for Queens, coming off of 3 straight losses to Furman, Marshall, and the Citadel. All of those, the Royals did not manage to win a set. Before that, they did win a 5-setter against Northern Illinois. Back around to Ava Francis. Johnson able to keep that ball alive. She takes a swing with the right hand. Mangle Duran. Virginia Tech has now let Queens slide back into this one. It was 12-8, make it 3 unanswered for the Royals. Jordan Johnson puts the ball in for Rodriguez. Borer. Dupre went down the line. That one snuck in for the Hokies. Sierra Cates jogging back in for the Hokies. She's ready to serve as well. Dupre's got 4 kills on the night. Ava Francis right behind her with 3. Bush. Quick block off her shoulder. And after it fell off of Sparks, the block there for the Hokies ends up being good enough for a point. Look out for Kara Lewis, the transfer from Maryland. There's Ava Francis. Sends us into the break. 15-11. Ava Francis, her 4th kill of the night. As Virginia Tech looks like they're going to jog into the bench confidently. We'll step aside here for just a moment. 15-11. Hokies leading by 4 in this one. Welcome back, everybody. Ava Francis leading the way for Virginia Tech with the Hokies leading 15-11 here in set number 1. Francis coming off of 3 straight double-digit kill performances. Looks like she's on her way to one here tonight. Meanwhile, down the line for Queens, they're making this interesting now. If you're just now joining us, the Royals actually led in this one 3-0 to start it out. And then the Hokies climbed back. The Royals still hanging in there. A little bit closer than I'm sure Marcy Byers would like. So here is Allie Johnson, leader in the attack for Queens. Serves the ball right out of the court. Well, Virginia Tech, in that 9-0 span, the Hokies have won pretty confidently. They did have one matchup go 5 sets. That was against Toledo. All the other ones, except for Fairleigh Dickinson, were 3-setters, and the one against Fairleigh Dickinson was a 4-set match. That's the Hokies' last win. Meanwhile, that's blocked down. Virginia Tech jumps right back up by 5. In a Borer. So it goes off of the block. So it is a point for Queens. Sparks. Sliding play to perfection, Kara Lewis. Hokies running what they want right now here on the attack. 18-13, they lead. Lewis showing a lot of athleticism in the middle for the Hokies for some time now. Trying to keep this momentum going into potentially an ACC run for Virginia Tech. Johnson. Dupre gets a swing at it in the corner. No, that just missed. Virginia Tech will not argue it. It seemed a bit closer from our angle, but it will end up being a Royals point. Can Queens make this interesting here? Just down 18-14. Rodriguez. Lofted right over the net. Mangle Duran. I don't think that's how she had that drawn up, but it will count as a kill either way. Whoa, Mangle Duran, lots of velocity on that one. Well, that was a bit more confident than her last big swing. So Mangle Duran, first team in program history to start out 10-0 on the season. Ileana Rodriguez, the transfer from St. John's. Blasted way out, and Hokies are very perplexed on this call. Looks like we might have a review. Virginia Tech is already ready to review that one. They said it went off of the fingertips of a Hokie there.
Virginia Tech has challenged the ruling on the court of a touch.
We'll have to first. It's a point for the Hokies. It will now be 21-14.
Rodriguez continues service.
So Rodriguez ready to continue service here. So challenge won by Marcy Byers, and really had the back of her entire team, who were confident that that ball did not go off of one of the hands of either Dupre or Robertson. Meanwhile, Queens able to get it back, 21-15 now.
Bush now serving.
Here's Kendall Bush. Turning setter for Queens. And that's in for an ace. Boy, that was close. Hokies don't seem to argue that one. That ball just snuck in there. Kendall Bush. Continuing to go at the back row. Mangle Duran. Bush. Diving effort. Borer setting up for Mangle Duran again. Right hand going into the scorer's table. Wow, what a play. Allie Johnson finally finished that off, and a little bit of smiles on the faces now of Queens. Kendall Bush continues to serve for the Royals. Mangle Duran quickly blocked, and the Royals starting to get more confident here. It was 21-14. They have 4 unanswered. Hokies only need 4 to take a 1-0 lead in this matchup. Dupre ends that rally, stuffing the ball into the hard court here. So back for Dupre now. That was just her 5th kill of the night. Big swing for Johnson. No one's there. Well, even if Queens doesn't end up winning the set, you can start to see a little bit more of a spark with the Royals now than you saw midway through that first set, including going into that review for the difference of a 7-point or a 5-point lead. It is now all the way down to 3. Another block. Marcy Byers might have to think about a timeout here in a second. It is now a 2-point game. Comes Jordan Johnson. Wow. A double call to Virginia Tech. Hokies are starting to slide. Timeout called by Marcy Byers. It was 21-14 Virginia Tech. It is now 22-21. So we'll step aside, let the Hokies and the Royals gather their breath here. 22-21, Hokies lead by 1 in set number 1. All of a sudden, what a run for the Royals. Team that has lost 3 in a row in straight sets. And now only down by 1 here in set number 1. What a colossal comeback this could be if the Hokies are unable to answer here. Dump play made by Hannah Borer. Back from Mangle Duran, diving effort from the back. Big swing, that's blasted out, and Queens wants to say that ball hit off of a Hokie hand. It did not, no review. 23-21, Virginia Tech holding on here, and Ava Francis jogs in. Elizabeth Aylward will go out towards the bench. Leandra Mangle Duran trying to end this for Virginia Tech here, just 2 points away from a set 1 victory. One that's a little bit closer than the Hokies would have preferred here. Into the net. 23-22.
Now serving for the Royals, number 2, Jessie George.
So here is Jessie George. Borer. Jasmine Robertson goes off of the block, and Virginia Tech can now serve for set point. What a comeback for Queens. Can the Royals hold on and try to steal this first set away from Virginia Tech? Sierra Cates serves it up for Virginia Tech. Bush. 1 away now for Queens, just behind 1, still set point for Virginia Tech. Hokies cycle in, Jasmine Roberts, Cates goes back to the bench. Liana Rodriguez jogs on as well. Allie Johnson. Still set point for the Hokies. And Virginia Tech can take a deep breath here. Hokies win that first one, 25-23. What a rally, though, for Queens. They were down by 7. Jordan Johnson, the North Carolina native, up against Borer, Lewis, Rodriguez, Mangle Duran, Francis, and Dupre for the Hokies. Kara Lewis, another diving effort. Here's Allie Johnson, who led the way on the attack so far for the Royals. And Lewis stuffs the ball into her own side of the net there. So a start out for Queens, up 1-0. Bailey Engel on the call for you. Glad to have you with us here on a Friday. Second game of the Virginia Tech Classic. The winner of this matchup will take on ECU tomorrow. Ava Francis goes across the court, and that's her first kill in a long time. It's her 5th kill of the night, so tied for the team lead in kills after she got out to that really hot start. Haven't seen much of Sydney Peterson in this one. She did jog in for 1 point at the end of the first set. It's an ace for the Hokies now, up 2-1. Floating towards the net. I got into no man's land for Borer.
Point Queens.
Oh, point for Queens coming from Charlotte, the Queens University of Charlotte. Only a Division II side up against Tech. 2 wins on the year against Stonehill and Northern Illinois. What a tough one against Furman. Wow, Elena Dupre right into the body of Jesse George. Dupre's a name to watch out for when you move on into the ACC. Has really been a spark plug for Virginia Tech this entire year in that 9-game winning streak. Lofted over, Hokies leaning on Borer. Just a little off there. Block was there for the Hokies. Dupre lobs over to Mangle Duran. Blocked. Another swing for Sparks. What a dig for Rodriguez. Lob back over. George off of the block, kept alive. And into the net. Solid defense there played by the Hokies, and Queens did the same thing. This goes into the net on the wrong side. And said the same for Queens there on the service error. Solid crowd we have on hand tonight. You can see right behind Aylward, as well as the server and Ileana Rodriguez. Hokies have seemed to attract a solid amount of students coming out to these games. And with success, potential that could grow more here. Rodriguez, the transfer from St. John's, a native of New York. Good block. Blocked again. Borer. Bush. Aylward flopping to the floor, and a whistle blows in favor of Queens. Double called on Virginia Tech. And Aylward sends the ball beyond the net.
Point Queens.
Floating over. Virginia Tech has an answer. Into the crowd, point Hokies. So a quick recap of this one so far. Virginia Tech won the first set. They were up 21-14. After a review, kind of gave Queens a break. It seems like the momentum started to tilt on the side of Queens. Well, the Hokies seem like they are a little bit deeper than this Queens roster. And that is how they've been able to lead in this one. Sydney Peterson comes off of the bench and gets her kill. Right on the sliding effort. Transfer from Nevada. Get another look at this play for Sydney Peterson, who can really make a difference for Tech. Going after Johnson, who did not have an answer. Ball's in play once again. What a dig for Aylward. That's still in play. Drops out of play. Oh, a point for Tech, already up 1-0. Take a look for the Hokies, team that plays in a very challenging conference in the ACC. Of course, if they win this one, they will have to take on ECU tomorrow, as the service error is there. Florida, Miami, Georgia Tech. A really solid start to the ACC season for Virginia Tech. At home, all of those matchups. And then what a swing after that. That's going to be tough from October 1st all the way until October 20th when they take on Notre Dame at home. They have a 6-game road swing. 4 touches for Queens. Make that a 5-game road swing, but who's counting? Good dig from Dupre. What a block. Hokies block has been on it here in the second set. Sydney Peterson staying out there. That's Borer and Peterson. 10-6 Virginia Tech up for its largest lead here of the second set. Look at that block. Quickly there. Ava Francis was going to be all over this as well. Meanwhile, there's an ace. Mangle Duran and the Hokies to jump up 11-6. No spin on that ball at all from Mangle Duran. And she has a dig. Not enough. Now remember, for Queens, a team that did not give up there in the first set, can they climb out of this smaller deficit here? Lobbed over in the middle. Rodriguez recovers for the Hokies. Dupre blasts the ball too far. Service error.
Substitution for Virginia Tech. Checking in number 9.
Pep band already playing the cartoonish noises. There's Marcy Byers. Called a timeout there late in that first set. It ended up being a good call for the Hokies, wearing that green ribbon for Mental Health Awareness Night here in Blacksburg. See some of the players for the Hokies also wearing green ribbons in their hair. Tech still up, 12-9. So here is Jordan Johnson. And a double-double her last time out. And you can see with the defensive prowess she's been able to share here. Lewis on the sliding effort. Good dig from Allie Johnson. Speaking of digs, Rodriguez really has added a lot to Virginia Tech on that back line. Ava Francis teed up perfectly. You can tell they had that chemistry they've been able to build all the way since their travel ball days back in Ohio. Played on the same team, and boy, Ava Francis, there's a name to watch out for in the future for the Hokies. Not only the future is now for Ava Francis. And Virginia Tech between Borer and the outside hitter from her home state of Ohio. This connection to look out for in years to come. 2 sophomores, see it again here. No, instead to Dupre. Those are 2 of the best swings we've seen for Virginia Tech all night. See if the Hokies can keep up this momentum here, up by 5. Dupre now leading the way with 8 kills for Tech. And just nicked off the wrists of Rodriguez.
Now serving for the Royals, number 2, Jesse George.
Borer. Awkward setup for Lewis. Won't matter for Queens, though. Virginia Tech. Big answer with a right palm of Kara Lewis. Brings us to a break in the action. Hokies up by 5 at our media break here. 15-10, already up 1-0. Hokies team that struggled her freshman year bore one of the strong points in a Virginia Tech team that only won 11 games. Now the Hokies are searching for their 10th win of the season in just as many games. For the first time in program history, Tech is 9-0 for only the second time in the program's history and the first time in 14 years. Meanwhile, Queens out of the break. See what the Royals can do with head coach Hannah Long's adjustments there in that break. Mr. Bohr had 47 assists the last time out against Fairleigh Dickinson.
Checking in. Number 7, Claire Jenkins, and number 14, Ellis Sargent.
Claire Jenkins running in for the first time for the Royals. Freshman setter from Suwanee, Georgia. Mangle Duran trying to pick on that back line again. Someone's in the net there. Who was it? And it was Queens. So 16-11. Right into the block, Peterson and Dupre. So it's a point for the Hokies. Peterson getting a little bit more burn here in the second set. Here's Jenkins. Rodriguez off her chest, and the effort, a noble one for Aylward. The whole team there to congratulate her for trying on that, but it is a point for Queens. Ellis Sargent also in for the first time here in the second set. That's for Queens, I should say. Anna Grace Sparks lofted into the air. Major bit of confusion there for the Hokies. Borer had to travel all the way across the court. She's reset now. Block is there. Mangle Duran pretty confident about that one. Sydney Peterson joining in with her. Let's get another look at this. That's the 7th block for Virginia Tech. Making 9, actually. Excuse me, just 5. Saw that there was 8 assisted blocks, 1 solo block, but 5 total blocks for the Hokies. Drops in, point Queens.
Kill by Queens, number 6, Jordan Johnson.
For Queens trying to get ready for ASUN play. That'll begin next week. If they lose this one, they will play against Duquesne tomorrow. If they win, obviously, against ECU on the finale here of the Virginia Tech Classic. An overpass for Tech. Here's Dupre, blocked. Back for Mangle Duran. Rodriguez recovers again with another dig. Big swing for Sargent. Block is there. Borer! Oh, Queens wasn't expecting that. At the dump play, locked and loaded for the Hokies. Block was there, and instead, Boer went around it. Leandra Mangle Duran right out of the dump play for the Hokies. Great serve. Johnson. She didn't miss by much. So it stays with Tech 20-13. There's Sargent off of the block as well.
Kill by Queens, number 14, Ellis Sargent. Point Rose. Checking in for Queens, number 15, Allie Johnson, and number 20, Kendall Bush. Bush now serving.
Kendall Bush. Remember, this is right around the time of the last set where Queens really manufactured that big rally. They were down 21-14. Right now it's 20-14. And an ace right there. Wasn't much the Hokies could do about that as the ball trickled off of the tape. A chance for Ava Francis, stuffs the ball into the Hokie side of the net. So once again, Queens hanging around 20-16, just down 4. Back around for Francis. Allie Johnson. Big block, out of play. So the Hokies side out. Kara Lewis and Sierra Cates jog in. Tech won the first set 25-23. Here we are in the closing moments of set number 2. Bush. That was an awkward setup for Allie Johnson. Timeout called by Queens, trying to gather something here. Virginia Tech just 3 away from a 2-0 lead. That have showed up to every game so far this season, and as the Hokies continue to succeed, we expect the Blacksburg community here to get behind them and fill up these seats, especially with an ACC matchup next week against Florida State. Second game of the Virginia Tech Classic. Hokies up 1-0. Eva Francis right off of the hand of Kendall Bush. And the Hokies are only 2 away now from a set 2 victory. First set was 25-23. Comes Sierra Cates. Off of the block. Well, for Queens, what a win this could be if they're able to come back and make this interesting here. Winning just 7 games last season, now 2-7 at the moment. Kara Lewis found the corner. When the passes are fed up to Hannah Borer like that, it's going to be tough for Queens to find any answer. And speaking of Borer, she's ready to serve for set point for the Hokies. So in a lofted effort. Lee Johnson, though. Well, for Johnson, it's been a solid night for the leader in kills on the season, as well as this matchup for Queens. 8 kills, 21 total attacks, so swinging at a .333 clip. Here's Ava Francis, still looking for set point. A dig from Borer. Rodriguez. Dupre sends the ball out of play.
Attacking here, point Queens.
So remains set point for Tech. And now it doesn't, because Elena Dupre just took it back for the Hokies. Teams here and win set number 3. The first one was 25-23. Second one was a little bit more smooth sailing for the Hokies at 25-19. And McDuffie right out of the break gets the kill for Queens.
Still by Queens, number 19.
Queens 2-7, coming off of a few-game losing streak right there at 3 games in a row. Trying to change that here. Losses against the Citadel, Marshall, and Furman without winning a set against Citadel and Marshall. Went 4 sets against Furman, and now jumping up 2-0 here.
Still by Queens, number 5, Emma Wall.
That was Boer to Ava Francis. That's in. And no. So overruled here. Does Marcy Byers want to take a look at that? No, she does not. Wow, so it's a 3-0 jump out for McDuffie. And no doubt on that one, Elena Dupre. Now with double-digit kills on the night. Make it 10 for Dupre. And the Hokies side out. Good night for Elena Dupre. Now the team leader in blocks. Maybe an Angel in for the first time. Dupre goes cross court, misses the mark.
Attacking near Point Queens University.
Well, it's a Virginia Tech Classic. First matchup today. ECU got the victory. So they will play the winner of this one. So far, ECU, what a season they've had. They're 8-2. The Pirates were in attendance not too long ago. Looks like they have gone home. Meanwhile, for Queens, how about this? 5-1, they're up. That's the largest lead of the night in any of the sets for Queens. Remember, they did start out up 3-0 against the Hokies in set number 1. Here's Kendall Bush. Maybe an Angel turns around and lets the ball fly out of play. Almost a pancake there for Virginia Tech, but ends up flopping onto the floor of Carilion Clinic Court. 6-2 now the score. That has really been all Queens so far early going here in set number 3. Comes Borer. Good dig in the back. That's by Johnson. Big swing for Johnson, and look at Queens here. Allie Johnson with the right arm. 7-2, it's a 5-point lead for the Royals. Virginia Tech looks a bit discombobulated on the defensive effort here. Big swing and a block. Lofted up for Johnson, and the Hokies really needed that break. Finally got one. Down 4 now. It's 7-3.
Elena Dupre now serving for BG.
Elena Dupre now serving for the Hokies. Hey, well, Duran splits the block. Pushed over, out of play, Point Tech. Angel was on her way to chase that one, but it fell out of play anyway. So Virginia Tech scores consecutively for the first time in set number 3. Off of the block. Another swing. And Marcy Byers joins the action. Boy, Virginia Tech has looked flat here in set 3 so far. Byers just letting this team figure it out with Jesse George ready to serve. Coming from Virginia Beach, Virginia. 4th in the Atlantic Sun Conference in digs per set. Cindy Peterson goes after the block. And the dump works for Borer. Well, that can just be a momentum killer if you're another team going up against that. So far, Borer, looks like she's done that so far 2 times to fruition for Virginia Tech. 23 assists on the night for the sophomore setter with 8 digs to go along with it. Off of the block again. Flies out of play, point Tech. All of a sudden now, Tech only down 2. On the back, big swing from Allie Johnson. Well, Johnson has been stellar tonight. That is her 12th kill. Leading all scorers in this one. So get another look for Queens here. This has been a bit of a confidence boost here in the 3rd set for Queens. Claire Jenkins, the freshman setter. Right at Ava Francis. Big ace.
Point set of bounds by Virginia Tech.
So down 4. A big swing. That was Sargent. And Tech was just off time there. Elena Dupre looked like she switched up her wrist to try to knuckle the ball over. Ooh, a frustrated look from Marcy Byers. Hokies down 5 now. So far, a Virginia Tech team with limited to no answers for Queens so far. They're in the 3rd set, and after winning that 2nd set, relatively confidently at 25-19. There's an ace. Marcy Byers might want to call a timeout here. It's 12-6. And it will be. Timeout, Virginia Tech Queens down 2-0. If you look at their bench, you would not be able to tell that. It has been all Royals here in set 3. Number 3, Virginia Tech, who had really dominated there in set 2 for the most part, 25-19. Hokies have now found themselves in a situation unfamiliar against Queens, down 6. Plenty of time to come back, though, down 2-0. And out of the break, a service error. So just what the doctor ordered if you're Virginia Tech, with a quick break right there.
Number 9, Sierra Cates.
So Sierra Cates jogs in for the Hokies. Right off of the block, another kill for Queens. There's Sparks.
Touch set of bounds by Virginia Tech. Checking in for the Hokies, number 20, Sydney Peterson. Now serving for Queens, number 12, Edinburgh.
So back to a 6-point lead. Off of the block, Kara Lewis recharging for the Hokies. Good effort for Mangle Duran. Jenkins goes to the back for Sparks. Borer to Lewis. Still in the air, point Hokies, and Tech desperately needed that. So cycling in now for the Hokies. Hannah Borer ready to serve it up. Here is Sargent back in for Queens. It's an overpass, and Kara Lewis made the Royals pay for that. We haven't seen much of those mistakes from Queens at all in this 3rd set, and that's why they were up by 6 at one point. Now Tech with back-to-back scores. And right back at Johnson. In the corner again, down the line. Rodriguez let that go.
Point Royals. Now serving number 19, Kayla McDuffie.
There's Kayla McDuffie. Tough serve. There's a good block. Rodriguez trying to dig the ball alive. A joust at the net, won by the Royals. And it's Anna Law. Haven't called on her name much tonight for Queens, but there she is. Well, it's been all Queens so far here in the third set. Hokies need a rally. Down the line and in. Boy, Virginia Tech, what has happened here in the third set? All smiles, Queens loose right now. Well, 11 kills so far for Queens. There's a dig from McDuffie. A little bit of defensive energy for the Royals as well. And the Hokies touch the net.
Violation, point Queens.
So now Queens just 8 away from winning this one. They lead by 8. Wow, make it 9. This is the largest lead for either team in this entire matchup. A timeout called by Marcy Byers. 18-9, Royals doubling up the Hills. And on the season, make it 36 for her as well. But Virginia Tech has had no answer for the Royals here in set number 3. And this is after the Hokies dominated most of set 1. Now the Royals did come back. It was 21-14 at one point. Virginia Tech only won that one by 2. They won the second set 25-19. This is 18-19 in set 3, and it flops over the block. So Virginia Tech now into double digits at this point. Trying to climb back after that timeout. The Hokies have shown that they have a deeper roster than Queens. A little bit more athleticism, as you would expect from going up against an opponent that's only been in Division I for just a couple of years. Big swing, and Kara Lewis comes out of the break. There's another kill for the middle blocker. And another look at this one from Kara Lewis, teed up perfectly for her from Bohr. Right at that back line. What did I say earlier? There weren't going to be as many sweat mop-up breaks. That's our first one. We got all the way to the third set. About a month ago, this matchup's about 3 hours because we're doing that every 5 minutes. Exaggerating, of course. Just having fun here in Blacksburg. Here is Bohr. Big swing from Dupre. Going down the line, Elena Dupre getting the Hokies right back into it. And all of a sudden, right after that second timeout, you're sensing a little bit of that energy tilt back to the way of the Hokies. Will it be enough? Another kill, Kara Lewis. Now, if you're Hannah Long, do you try to stop the bleeding? You do. Timeout called by Queens. Hokies with 4 unanswered right out of the timeout, only down by 5. It's 18-13. Queens still on top in set 3, but the Hokies trying to come back here and take. So comes back out with Dupre right behind her, who's got 12. Queens jumped out to an 18-9 lead. Hokies controlling the serve. That's a good one from Olivia Angel. Rodriguez nailed the ball off of her knuckles into the Hokie bench, so ends up being a good timeout for Hannah Long and company for Queens.
Allie Johnson and number 20, Kendall Bush. Bush now serving.
19-13 the score. Kendall Bush. That's a service error, keeping the Hokies into this. Just down 5. Getting closer to striking distance here. First set, 25-23. Second set, all Hokies as well, 25-19. Up 2-0. Now a dogfight here in set 3. Johnson finding that seam and attacking it. Queens only 5 away. So for the Royals, trying to send this to set 5. They'll need another set victory in the 4th one to do so. They're able to hang on for the next 5 here. It's Elena Dupre stuffing the ball into the ankles of Jessie George. There's an ace, her first of the night. What a time to do it. Now just down 4. For Queens, they were able to answer after that timeout. Big swing, and it slides right through Dupre.
Now serving for the Royals, number 2, Jessie George.
(21-16). Big block. McDuffie, look at that, shaking her head. All the confidence in the world right there for the middle. So Tech down 6. Yeah, completely housed at the net there. Mangle Duran keeping the Hokies back in it. Once again, Virginia Tech, when they were down 18-9, they have played pretty solid volleyball out of that break. It's been mostly Hokies because you can just tell from the basic math there, it's just 8-4 from that point. They were still down 18-9. Another block. What a big one. So another sweat mop-up break here. Hokies just down 4. Andra Mangle-Duran. Floats the ball over, could be tough for Queens. Allie Johnson able to answer. Ava Francis, who had that really hot start there in the first set. Haven't heard much from her, and now Virginia Tech only down 3. It's been a 10-4 run for Virginia Tech. No timeout from Hannah Long just yet. She does have another one to use. Hokies have already burned 2 here in the 3rd set. Sparks blocked. Boy, this is going to be shaping out to be a great ending here in the 3rd. Has climbed back to make this interesting. It's 22-20. Ava Francis still out there on the court for the Hokies. We've talked about the last 3 games. The native of Ohio has had double-digit kills. Can she be a big hero here for Virginia Tech in the closing moments and try to win this one in straight sets to send the Hokies to a 10-0 record for the first time in program history? McDuffie out of the break, wants to put a halt to those plans. 23-20. Queens sides out after the timeout.
Number 7, Claire Jenkins, and number 14, Ellis Sargent.
Claire Jenkins, Ellis Sargent, both coming in. Johnson and Bush go back on over to the bench. It'll be a big series here for Virginia Tech. And Ava Francis finds her way with another kill, her 9th. So now the Hokies side out. Lewis comes in, so does Cates. Sydney Peterson and Ileana Rodriguez go to the bench. Virginia Tech just down 2. Trying to find a rally here to win in straight sets. This has been the most exciting set so far. Passing it up to Borer. Finds Lewis. Hokies only down by 1. So 23-22. Tech needs solid serves here from Sierra Cates. Sparks goes down the line. It's set point for Queens. Cycling back in for Tech. It's a close one at 24-22. Queens University of Charlotte. Tilly Collins ready to serve. It's an overpass. Borer misses the mark, and Queens able to win set 3. We got our serve over for Queens. Going to do so again here. Right at Ava Francis. Hokies trying to get out to a hot start to begin set 4, because it was a slow start in set number 3. Quickly blocked. Borer reloads. Dupre. There's just so much off of that swing for Elena Dupre. 14th kill for the Virginia native. So Virginia Tech jumps out 1-0. Another block. 7th, making the 8th block of the night for Virginia Tech.
And a Borer serving for Virginia Tech.
And a collision there between Jessie George and Allie Johnson. Blasted beyond the court, 3-0. And then Dupre with another kill. "15 kills for Elena Dupre." Here's Hannah Borer going right at George again. Well, the target of all of these passes have been Dupre so far. See if they go back to her again. They do. That is off the fingertips, and Dupre is on a roll. 4-0 Tech. This is completely the opposite of what we saw in set 3 for the Hokies. Just now joining us, Tech held on to win the first 2 sets, 25-23 and 25-19. Royals came back with a win in set 3. They get their first point of set number 4. And the Royals make this interesting enough to go to a 5th and final set. Hokies trying to get to their first 10-0 start in program history. Francis able to target cross court there. Ava Francis now with double-digit kills on the night. That is her 10th. Makes the second Hokie to get in the double-digit kill mark. Meanwhile, from Hannah Borer trying to not to double-double, she's got 35 assists so far and 9 digs, making an ace for Olivia Angel, the freshman. So 6-1, Hokies have seemed ultra focused to start out set 4. Almost another ace there. Serving over to Manguel Duran. And Virginia Tech did not seem very excited there in that 3rd set in many instances. They have finally got that spark back here in the 4th set. Manguel Duran all smiles. No dig available from the libero and George. 8-1 Tech. Hannah Long up out of her seat, And it looks like that'll be a timeout. Oh, Virginia Tech in set 4. Timeout called by Queens. She now has 16 on the night, swinging almost a 400 clip for Virginia Tech. Going over the block, and the Hokies are going to respond again. There's Dupre going down the tape. Back around from Mangle Duran, going with finesse there. Borer, off time swing for Lewis. Got it off of the block though. Hokies recover. Elena Dupre. This has been a clinic for Elena Dupre in the 4th set. 9-1. Hokies continue the serve. th kill on the night for Dupre. Mangle Duran. Well, the Hokies just look like they were almost mad coming into this 4th set. And now all the energy for Virginia Tech seems to be elation with these big swings from Mangle Duran and Dupre. Another swing from Mangle Duran. Johnson popped the ball back up. She'll get a swing. Rodriguez with the dig. Still alive. And dropped right under the net. Point for Queens, just their second. Kara Lewis, that one seemed to be a bit of a tough play from the start. So back-to-back points for Queens. They led at one point 18-9 in that 3rd set. Here we are in the 4th. Anna Dupre, oh, she just put so much on that the dig got sent beyond the back line. The Hokies have not held back at all. So much spin off of that ball. Just nicked over the tape. Almost a dig there for Angel, who has been diving around the floor. Or flying around on the hard court as well. And for the block, nothing available there. Johnson's really been impressive. That's her 16th kill. No one's even close to double digits as far as kills for Queens, other than Johnson. 16, swinging at 400 now. She's at 35 total attacks. Behind her, Kayla McDuffie, as well as Ellis Sargent, Jordan Johnson, and Anna Law all have 5 kills apiece. And it looks like we're getting out the mop. And the customary applause that goes along with that. Brings us to our longest break of the night, actually. Let's see, applause. Well, as we continue here, 11-5. Flying over the back line.
Elena Dupre now serving.
And another service error.
Service error, point Queens.
So not exactly a packed weekend of sports here at Virginia Tech. Hokies do have a game tomorrow, win or lose. Will that be against Duquesne? Queens is able to come back here and beat Virginia Tech, or Virginia Tech holds on to win here in set 4. It will be Hokies versus Pirates tomorrow. Tyler Katz on the call for that one here on the ACC Network Extra. All gearing up for ACC play that starts next Friday. Ava Francis able to have a big swing. Borer going back, found a small gap and attacked it. That's her 3rd kill. Go along with 40 assists for Borer. Ace. Well, it's been all Virginia Tech. Hokies up by 9. Tech is not led by this amount this entire night. Going around for Francis, a bit too far.
Attacking error, point Queens.
So it's an attacking error. So Virginia Tech with Florida State next week. And check in on the Seminoles. Could be a really interesting game as far as how the ACC shakes out in volleyball. Remember, one of the top teams in Louisville and Pittsburgh. Georgia Tech will be here in Blacksburg at one point throughout. That's home slate for the Hokies. It's a 5-4 season on the year for Florida State.
Checking in for Virginia Tech, number 9, Sierra.
Just coming off of a loss. Have lost to teams like SMU, who will be an ACC team coming up here in the future. Played against Auburn, lost to them. Lost against UCF. And most recently, a 5-set loss against one of their rivals in the Florida Gators, number 3 team in the country. Into the net. And Florida State will also be the first Power 5 team Virginia Tech has faced this season. Well, starting out conference play, Power 5 play as well. It's 17-7. Virginia Tech also has to take on ECU tomorrow. Ava Francis. Slam down. Timeout called by Queens. Ava Francis, big swing. Make that 11 kills for the Ohio native as we take another break. Coach Long trying to figure into the offense, the fulcrum between the Hokies and their attackers. And Elena Dupre, the outside hitters. Dupre's had a wonderful night, so has Ava Francis. And for Borer herself, just a dig away from a double-double. Ava Francis, what a big swing. That was dug out somehow. Hokies have swung so hard tonight. Borer knocks the ball into the air. Now she pushes into the back corner. Over the line, point Hokies, a bit too far from Sargent. Well, Virginia Tech has cruised here in set number 4. Well, looks like if this stays the way it is, Virginia Tech will take on ECU tomorrow. It'll be at 4 o'clock right here on the ACC Network Extra. Finale of the Virginia Tech Classic, Hokies versus Pirates. Pirates making the trip up from Greenville and look good here today. Too far on the effort point for Queens. Take a look at who the Pirates have played so far this season. They do have a 3-0 loss to Georgia Southern. Their only other loss was a 5-setter at home against App State. There's a service ace. Meanwhile, in their 4-game winning streak, they have defeated Norfolk State, UNC Wilmington, Alabama State, and Duquesne. Another towel break. Hannah Borer leading the way. Seems as if she's always the one doing that. It seems like there's got to be a division of power there on who's going to mop up the floor. After that interesting diatribe, here comes Queens. Ava Francis. Ava Francis is going to be dangerous moving forward for Virginia Tech. 20-10, Hokies doubling up the score of Queens here. Now control the serve. There's a block, another great block for Tech. Francis. Back-to-back kills for Francis. 13 of them on the night. Dupree with 18. Hokies as a whole club have 53 kills as opposed to 40 for Queens. Another error. Tech inching closer and closer. Now to play again, point Hokies. Well, for Queens, it's a bit sad to see this fourth set end this way because they played such a solid first set to make it interesting. In set 3, they jumped out to such a large lead. A lot of fight in this team. Allie Johnson leading the way with 16 kills. Virginia Tech just looks like it's got a few more athletes, a little bit more athleticism to work with.
Kill by Queens, number 6, Jordan Johnson, touched it about by Virginia Tech.
So for Queens, likely going to take on Duquesne tomorrow. That was Borer. Off of the block, and match point coming up for Virginia Tech.
Substitution for Virginia Tech.
All of set 4 has been dominated by Virginia Tech. Olivia Angel. Blasted over, Virginia Tech wins. And for the first time in program history, the Hokies have started a season 10-0. 25-11, they win this one.